when you really can get your students excited about science. Announce to the class the day before that you're going for the big earthworm hunt. You need to bring a shovel. You can bring some small garden spades. Here's a shovel that I use for it and a pail. Have the students bring in some of their own shovels and small containers for the earthworms that they catch. The more excitement you get with the students, the more excited they're going to be about the entire lab. When you're doing this lab with your students, you can also have them look at the soil. As you can see, this is soil from the farm, and you can see that there's still some leaves, and you can see how dark it is. This is premium soil. You can't even buy soil like this in the stores. Okay, we are now going on our great earthworm hunt. I got my shovel. Today it's about 50 degrees, but with the wind and the wind chill factor, it's still relatively cold. It's about 37 degrees. I would not take my students out to do an earthworm hunt unless it's a little bit warmer. However, I got a nice pile of hummus and fresh soil, so we may be able to find some. If you're going to dig in the regular soil, I would wait until it's about 55 degrees. So you just go and you dig until you come across I found one. I found a worm already. I put a picture, a diagram of what your earthworm house looks like. Put your earthworms in it and let them sit for a few days. I recommend you put them in a dark location or put black construction paper around it. In a few days, your students will be able to see the work the earthworms do. This is one part of this activity. They will be able to see how the earthworms are able to move the soil around. The second part of this lab is the earthworm races. Again, as I stressed earlier, make sure that you tell the students they're not to hurt the earthworms in any way. What I like about this is students take what they've learned about earthworms and try to decide how they can come up with the best earthworm race. One of the best ways is have a small light and then have some food at the finish line, but let the students decide. If you have any questions regarding this lab, please put in the comments below. Now, as a side note, I apologize for the way I am dressed. I am filming this today, March 29th, 2022. We are in New England. There's an old Yankee expression that March comes in like a lamb and comes in like a lion, goes out like a lamb. However, this year it's just the reverse. March has been very warm. We believe it was due to global warming. One of the things that people don't think about when they talk about global warming is the fact that they think it's just the earth getting warm all the time. It's not that. It's massive changes in the temperature. Today, it should be relatively warm. It's in the single teens. That's why I'm dressed like this today. It's the coldest day we have recorded in Massachusetts over the past 200 years. With the wind chill factor today, it is 5 degrees. This is something to think about and mention to your students. It's not just it getting warmer, but it's the huge fluctuations in the temperature. I heard in the news this morning coming over here that in Maine, the surface temperature of the ocean water has risen 4 degrees, and they're still not sure of what the long-term effects are going to be on the fishing industry in Maine. Thank you again for viewing this. I love doing your earthworm lab. It's basically free, and your students will be following in the footsteps of Charles Darwin. Stay safe, and if you like this video again, please hit like, subscribe, and more importantly, if you need help with any type of labs and you don't have a lot of money for supplies, please let me know. I know so many labs you can do that cost next to nothing. Thank you again.